seem to make the same bad decisions regularly. Even though I know in hindsight, even though before I make the decision that it's a bad decision, that it goes against my best self, that impulse still comes and I still give in to it. Even when I know the solution. Like, for example, going to bed earlier. It's such a simple thing to do. And yet, if I've made a couple of choices prior to actually going to bed, like for example, I was watching a film. Now I don't really watch TV shows and films too often, but then when I do, I become a bit obsessive. And once I really like something, I will compromise the next day. I will compromise my sleep to watch some TV show or film that, yeah, I might like, but in the grand scheme of things, is it worth sacrificing the next day, sacrificing my quality and length of sleep? Because I always then wake up the next day and just feel I don't feel fresh. Even whilst I'm doing it, I know that I should go to bed. And this is just one example, but the knowing I should go to bed is second to the obsessive, compulsive nature of how I'm being in that moment. And this goes back to the vaping. It goes back to it's actually quite a large pattern in my life. It doesn't completely control it, but there's a lot of situations where it comes into play. And I'm still trying to figure out how to eradicate that. I've tried things that work for a time, but then I ultimately end up falling back into the same loop. So I'm interested to see what I can come up with. I think an element of it is willpower, of course. It's just having the ability to just say no, to choose the best option. But in situations when I know, or I guess when the compulsion takes over and is so strong, and I'm potentially not in the right state of mind, it's cultivating such a strong willpower that even in those situations I choose the best decision. See, when I reflect, I always weigh up the longer term consequences, and obviously the long term outweighs the short term. But when I'm actually in those situations, the short term always wins, because I might feel a pull to do the thing I actually want to do. But the seduction of doing the bad thing, doing the thing that is gonna reward me right now, that short-term gratification, it's intoxicating, man. So yeah, stay tuned. Thank you for another day. I love you.